They have these committees now where drivers sit in, and I'm not going to mention the driver that's on the playoff committee that I have heard is screaming loudly to go back to that system. And I pray to God, everyone in NASCAR inside that room.
I bet it's a driver that's not won a championship. Would I be right on that? Bingo.
Correct.
We got a winner, Johnny.
Let's keep moving forward, not backward.
So I saw this throughout the week, right? Larry McReynolds and Danielle Trotta was on NASCAR channel, Sirius XM on the radio. And they really did something that really kind of irritated me and a lot of the NASCAR fans. And what is that, you may ask? Bro, they disrespected Mark Martin or Denny Hamlin, potentially. So basically, I think the topic of the NASCAR playoffs came up. And, you know, the NASCAR playoffs has a lot of criticism, and I mean a lot of it. Like, it's not even funny how much criticism there is on the NASCAR playoffs. I feel like that the NASCAR playoffs is definitely filled with some problems, me personally. So basically, I think Danielle Trotta was kind of just saying something about the system and this, that, and the third. I'll put up the clip maybe before the video even starts. And Larry Mack said, basically kind of saying, are any of the criticisms levied by said driver on the driver council or something like that, are these criticisms made by a driver without a championship? And Danielle Trotta replies with, yes. And Larry Mack, to me, bro, is like easily one of the best commentators that we've ever seen on a NASCAR station in any way, shape, or form. I love Larry McReynolds, but I'm disappointed in how he handled this. First of all, so what if the driver has a championship or not, right? So what? Why does that matter? Like, he criticizes the playoffs. Like, if he criticizes a point system, that whether you have a championship or not, that doesn't negate his argument at all. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't negate what this individual has to say. And apparently the driver is either Mark Martin or Denny Hamlin. I'm leaning towards believing that it's Mark Martin because Danielle Trotta, you know what I'm saying, actually replied to Mark Martin on Twitter, or X, whatever, kind of discussing that, Danielle Trotta was disagreeing with Mark Martin, saying, no, this system, we love you, Mark, but we disagree with you. The system actually awards consistency and it's exciting and this, that, and the third. We need the playoffs, da-da-da. And then Mark Martin replied with, no, we don't. Just 3 words. No, we don't. So I'm leaning towards that they were talking about Mark. Larry Mack says that he wasn't talking about Mark. He said he wasn't talking about Mark Martin. He said he was actually talking about, well, he never said names. That's why y'all need to say names. Y'all need to say names, but I'm going to keep it a bug. You can't throw a jab like that, a little jab like that, and not say no names to go along with it. I don't see how you could, I don't know. Like, I don't see that. But it's either, it is either Danny Hamlin or Mark Martin. I'm going to give it a buck. But let's keep it a buck, right? So what if they criticize the playoffs? So what if they criticize the playoffs? So what if they haven't had a championship? So what? Like, I get it. Like, y'all work for NASCAR and this, that, and the third. Maybe that's why y'all are... Larry Mack kind of attacked said driver, either it's Mark or Denny. Like, bro, I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, the fact that they're going out of their way to, you know what I'm saying, try to better the sport without winning a championship. Like, Mark Martin, right, I'm going to act like he's talking about both of the drivers. I'm going to get some sides for Denny Hamlin, some sides for Mark Martin, all right? So on Mark Martin's side, right, Mark Martin, he's very active in hating the playoffs. He does not like the playoffs. He actually wants to go for a full season playoffs, a full season championship format, right? That's what he's going for. And the fact that Mark Martin has not won a championship in the full season format, but he's actively encouraging NASCAR to go back to that, bro, he's really right now defending a point system that did him no favors. You know what I'm saying? That did him no favors, but finished second, like, I don't know how many times. The fact that he cares about NASCAR that much, that he would defend a system that didn't give him a championship, that speaks volumes for Mark Martin. That speaks volumes. And Mark Martin is a very strong driver. He was incredible at what he did. He was strong. He went at so many different tracks. And he was consistent throughout most of his career. He finished second in the points like 5 times, I believe, going against some of the best drivers, going against Jeff Gordon, going against Jimmy Johnson, going against Tony Stewart. And he went toe-to-toe with these guys. Excellent driver Mark Martin was. So I definitely feel like he knows what he's talking about. Denny Hamlin, bro. Denny Hamlin is about to creep in on the top 10 wins percentage. Top 10 winners of NASCAR. Like, NASCAR of all time, he's about to, he could potentially crack the top 10, possibly later this year. Denny Hamlin was an excellent driver as well. These two drivers are the best drivers to not win a championship. So I think I'm pretty sure that they know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And also, Denny Hamlin, right, even though we know that he hasn't won a championship, right? Even with the old system, I don't know any championships that he actually would have won, right? So it's not like he's defending it for himself. Maybe he is, maybe he's not, but it's not like he's defending it for himself because under the old system, I don't think Denny would win any of the championships. I could be wrong. But yeah, it's not like he's defending it for himself. He's defending the championship format for the rest of NASCAR. And, so what? It's just their opinion. It's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? It's really how they feel. It really is. So to bash somebody because how they feel about a format, it happens. Don't get me wrong, it happens. But I do think it's very, I do believe that it's kind of unprofessional to do that, Larry Mack and Miss Danielle. But I love y'all, though. I like Danielle Trotta. Danielle Trotta's cool as shit. Larry McReynolds, I love Larry McReynolds. Ever since I was a kid, I love seeing Larry McReynolds on my TV screen. I still do. I still do enjoy him whenever he does show his face. But I do think that was very unprofessional of him to do, to call out somebody's lack of championships as an argument. You know what I'm saying? That's not an argument. Like, Larry Mack, bro, if you want to criticize, you can, honestly, if somebody likes the format the most, like this format that we're at now, okay, you know what I'm saying? And if somebody disagrees with you, I feel like you should debate them with with actual stuff to back up what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I think you should use that to back up stuff what you're saying, and not just, have you won a championship? Like, don't give me that. Don't give me that. You know what I'm saying? Danielle Trotta, at least Danielle Trotta tried to have a conversation with Mark on X. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that this championship format, showcase a lot more consistency, which I disagree with. I'm gonna be honest with you, because Joey Logano last year was not really consistent. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. He was not really consistent, not consistent enough to win a championship. If I'm being clear, we've seen some excellent championship seasons. Like, for example, like Kyle Larson 2021, right? Kyle Larson 2021, Martin Truex 2017, Jimmy Johnson 2013. Like, we've seen some very solid, great forms of consistency, right? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people kind of, would argue that, be like, the new system rewards winners and this, that, and the third, which I like seeing winners get rewarded. Of course I do. But, like, if you finish, like, outside of the top 20 and, like, the other races that you were, like, dominant in, like, if you finish outside the top 25, outside the top 30, like 10 times and this, that, and the third, you shouldn't be champion. Not to me personally. Show some consistency. Sure, you could do it right here, you could do great right here, but what about the rest of the season, though? You know what I'm saying? I feel like the old system, to me personally, I feel like it rewards a lot more consistency. A lot more consistency. Me personally, that's how I feel. I feel like the new system just is kind of wacky. Like, the new system, I'm saying new like it hasn't been around for almost 10 years now. Actually, longer than 10 years. It's 2025, baby. It's crazy. But let me get back into it. But the new system is fun in an arcade sense. Like, if you're going to the arcade, maybe box score boxcar Frankie's, you know, Chuck E. Cheese, if y'all are having a little tournament for this, that, and the third, or like for video games as well. Video games. Like this is great for a video game format. Excellent. Like this is fun. This is exciting for a video game format. And that's how I felt at first, like in 2014. I was like, what, 13? Yeah, I was 13 at the time. And when I first heard this system, I'm like, yo, this is fun. Eliminations? Anybody can get in? What? But now as you get older, it's like, nah, not anybody should be in this shit, bro. Like, let's keep it buck. I want the top 10 best throughout the season. The top 10 best in accumulating points. Not just wins, but points as well. Oh, yeah. Let the battle begin. Let the battle begin. Like, that's where I would compromise at, is the top 10. Something like 2004 playoffs. You know, when it first came around. So I think that's the end of it, y'all. How do y'all feel about that? Larry Mack, yeah, I didn't like what he did to Mark or Danny. I'm not even the biggest Danny fan, and I still don't think it's right the way Larry Mack handled that. But how do y'all feel about it? Do y'all agree with me? Y'all disagree? So yeah.